everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to answer IELTS Speaking Part 2 like a Band 8 or Band 9 student. Now, many students believe they need very advanced English to get a high score, but that's not true. The real difference between Band 6 and Band 8 is not vocabulary. It's how you organize your answer. So, in this video, I'll show you a simple method you can follow in your exam. And if you apply this method, you can easily improve your speaking score. Let's talk about the real problem. Most students struggle with Part 2 for 3 reasons. First, they run out of ideas. Second, they stop speaking too early. And third, they panic during the test. Now, let me ask you a question. Have you ever tried speaking for 2 minutes and couldn't finish? This is very common. But the solution is simple. You need a system, not better English, not difficult words, just a clear structure. So, let's understand how Part 2 works step by step. You will receive a cue card with a topic. You will have exactly 1 minute to prepare your answer. During that time, you can write notes. Then, you need to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. Now, here's something important. The examiner does not expect perfect English. They just want you to speak clearly and continuously. So, your goal is not perfection. Your goal is fluency. Now, let's look at some common mistakes. The first mistake is writing full sentences during preparation. This wastes time and makes you nervous. Similarly, the second mistake is giving very short answers. For example, students say, "I went to Pokhara, it was nice." That's not enough. The third mistake is memorizing answers. This sounds unnatural and examiners can easily notice it. So, instead of doing this, focus on simple ideas and natural speaking. Now, let's look at today's cue card. Describe a memorable trip you had. Now, many students think this must be a very special trip, but actually, it can be any simple experience. For example, a trip with friends, a family vacation, or even a short visit somewhere. What matters is how you describe it. Now, this is the most important step, your preparation time. Most students try to write full answers. Don't do that. Instead, write simple keywords. For example, Pokhara, friends, lake, relax, fun. Now, let me show you why this works. When you see Pokhara, your brain remembers the place. And when you see friends, you remember who you went with. So, these keywords act like triggers. They help you speak naturally without memorizing. Now, let's talk about structure. Without structure, your answer becomes confusing. So, follow the simple order. First, introduce the topic. Second, give basic details. Third, talk about activities. And finally, explain why it was memorable. Let me give you a quick example. Instead of saying random ideas, you follow a clear path. This makes your answer easier to understand. Now, let's start the answer of the cue card. I'd like to talk about a memorable trip I had a few years ago. So, this is a very natural way to begin. You don't need anything complicated. And then, you say where you went and who you went with. Take your time here, don't rush, and speak clearly. Now, we move to the middle part. This is where you describe what you did. For example, boating, visiting places, eating food, and so on. And here's a little extra tip. Always add at least 2 to 3 activities. This helps you speak longer and more naturally. Now, the final part, why it was memorable. This is the most important part. Many students forget this. You should talk about your feelings. For example, I felt relaxed. I enjoyed my time. This makes your answer more personal and natural. Now, let's analyze this answer. Why is it a band 8? Because it is clear, structured, and natural, not because of difficult words. Notice that the vocabulary is simple, but the ideas are very well explained. This is what the examiners exactly want. Now, let's look at some useful words. Memorable, peaceful, scenic, unforgettable. Now, don't just memorize them, try to use them. That's what improves your score. So, avoid doing this. Don't give one-line answers, don't repeat ideas, and don't overthink. Simple answers are always better. Always aim to speak for the full 2 minutes. If you feel stuck, just add more details. For example, describe the place, describe the people, describe your feelings. So, if you found this helpful, subscribe to Ace IELTS. I'll help you reach band 7 or higher step by step. Keep practicing and I'll see you in the next video.